Yes. And to screw it back in, I had to go buy one of them crooked screwdrivers. We sit at the table so you can, right? Pearl, get away. Leave me alone. Come on, wait. Thanks, sir. Oh, wrong one. Pearl, leave him on. Pearl.
Hey, sir, that's who I am.
Okay.
My name's John Tyran. I'm an investigator. This is Corporal Mackey.
Oh, you know, I trust who you are. I don't think anybody come up here saying they weren't. So.
Yes,
Pearl,
okay,
he's got a
Pearl.
black suit on. Get away from him.
No, it's okay.
It's okay. She's good, baby.
Yeah, I know.
No, actually, I'm gonna walk out of here with hair all over her.
That's okay. That's okay.
We got 2 cats and a dog. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got 2 dogs. Well, I had 1 dog and my son adopted a stray. So now we have 2 dogs.
All right, what can I do to help you gentlemen today? Move this thing along. We need to wrap it up because we got some things we want to do.
Yes, sir. And that's what we're here for. We're hoping we can just really get right down to the bottom of this.
Let's go.
Okay. We're here, obviously, as it pertains to the photo that was posted on your
Correct.
Facebook account, the one that was in reference to Debbie Johnson?
Correct.
Councilwoman Johnson? Okay. That was your Facebook account?
Yes, it was.
Okay. And did you personally post that, or did
Yes,
somebody
I did.
post it?
I posted it.
Okay. And my understanding is, and correct me if I'm wrong, you were not the photographer.
No, it was not.
Who was the photographer?
It was a member out in the gallery. This was a public meeting.
Mm-hmm.
I have the photo. Have you seen it?
Yes, sir. we have.
Okay. If you notice the lady sitting to her right, that is not a council member or anybody on the staff. She was in a public meeting. It was not an upskirt photo. It is a perfectly legal picture of a public figure at a public gathering being
Yeah,
indecent.
your Facebook posting says that basically
I just
should
posted.
be deemed.
I posted the picture.
What, indecent exposure, or
Yeah,
what did you
yeah,
say? Public indecency.
That's the charge.
Yeah,
There is actually a statue on that.
yeah, yeah.
I actually have the papers typed up to charge her with that. Wait a second. Go ahead. I can leave a message.
Okay, so you're saying that the photographer was who?
A person in the gallery of the workshop sitting out in front of her.
Okay, you obviously know who that person is.
Vaguely.
Well, it was
picture was sent to me. When was it? January?
Okay, how did you receive the picture?
Via email.
Okay, do you still have the email that was sent to you?
No, I just had the picture in a gallery as well.
I could ask you a million questions.
Right.
But I don't think I have to.
Right.
You come across as a person who's just going to cut right
Straight,
to the chase.
yeah, I don't like bullshitting
Okay.
around.
So, all right. Are you going to tell us who the photographer is?
No.
Okay. But you know who the photographer is?
Yes,
I know you do.
yes.
Okay. Okay. And I appreciate that.
Yeah,
All right. Another question that's been bothering me.
What?
And I say bothering me, it's just been, I can't come up. My understanding is the picture was taken approximately a year ago.
No,
When was the picture taken?
the picture was taken this past November. Could I step up and get something to show you the reason why?
Yeah, of
Okay.
course. Anything you need to do, sir.
Okay. This was not denied. I have an investigation in here. This is a text message that was posted by Debbie Johnson and Thomas Barbie that started this whole mess.
Yeah, I believe we have this. This is also.
That's what started the whole shooting gallery.
Yeah.
Now, do you have the Germer investigation? I have that complete report.
Yeah, that's from the attorney?
Yeah, with the heat as investigator? Yeah, okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We also have that.
Okay.
Now, if I could ask, you say the picture was taken this past
Past
November.
November,
How do you know it was taken in past November?
because I know when the workshop was.
Okay.
And I don't know the exact date, I just know there was a workshop in November.
Okay.
There wasn't one in December.
Tell me about a workshop. What is a workshop?
It's generally done on a Saturday. City council has something they're working on, say, like this new sports complex. They bring in people to put their input. What do you want in the complex? How much do you think we should, that kind of to and fro type. To make people think they're involved.
Okay. So this picture was definitely taken
At a workshop.
at a workshop.
Yes.
And do you recall what they were workshopping about?
Now that I don't, I'll be honest with you.
Were you at the meeting?
No. I have been,
So
I've been at City Hall for a meeting one time in 5 years. And I get caught up in all this.
yeah. So the reason why you're saying that this picture was taken past November at a workshop is because
Right.
the person who took it told you this.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, and I can look at the picture and tell it was an executive session by the person standing next to her. Only 2 females are in executive session beside Miss Johnson. Miriam Jordan, who is a Caucasian with black hair, and Barbara Powers, who is African American. The woman sitting next to her has blonde hair with red glasses on. Now, why would she be in executive session if only 2 females are allowed in there?
Okay. Well, that's a good question. But we don't know who that female is, do we? Did you recognize her?
I don't know. We're kind of strange here. It's like the people on this side of 95 you recognize, but the people from Fort Wentworth on the other side, unless you personally meet them, you don't recognize them.
Yeah.
We're kind of a split down by the interstate
Yeah.
and politically.
So, the picture was taken past November. When did you put it up on your Facebook account?
When was it? A month ago?
Yeah,
A
about
month and a half ago?
Okay, so 11, 15,
Let's August.
July?
Let's just say June.
Was it
Let's say June.
before 4th of July? June?
No.
No, it was July. It wasn't before the 4th.
Okay, it was after 4th of July.
After 4th. I'm sorry, I can't remember the exact date.
Okay. So, I'm looking at it. 8 months had passed
Right.
since the picture was
So
originally
why
taken.
did I post it?
Yes, sir. What happened?
Mr. Hawks, who is a political operative for Fred Williams and Deborah Johnson and stuff, photoshopped 3 pictures, very racially charged pictures, of Barbara Powers, councilman, African American, up here and posted them. One making fun of the fact she had lost her hair from chemotherapy, and it pissed me off. It pissed me off real bad. I said, so you want to post pictures? Here's one for you. And I just posted the picture. I said, everybody conclude what you want.
Yeah,
I left it up. I said, this will be up for 24 hours.
yeah.
At the end of that 24 hours, I'd put a post up there. This resignation that everybody talks about, and she will bear witness. I said, I resign as the front man for everybody. I was talking about the residents here, the residents in Rice Creek, everybody, because I used to be on the board. Quit complaining to me about the pool, the grounds maintenance, Fred Williams, your problems with City Hall, and yes, I said, fucking quit.
Yeah.
Leave me the hell alone.
Yeah,
And that was it. And then I took down the whole website
yeah.
24 hours later.
Wow.
Okay, because I was getting 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 phone calls, emails. I got nothing to do with who's peeing in the pool or who's mowing the grass.
Yeah.
Get off my back.
Yeah.
I got some serious medical issues too. I really don't need all this crap.
Yeah, well, somewhere along the line, you earned the reputation as you were the go-to man.
Because when I was on the board,
Yeah.
I accomplished more out here in 1 year getting this place fixed up than had been done in the 4 previous years.
Wow.
Okay, and people knew that we didn't have umbrellas at the pool. Fred Williams said, there's no money to buy them. So I went and spent $475 out of my pocket to put umbrellas at the pool so the babies had something to be under. And you believe that son of a bitch took those umbrellas? But I don't care. This is the kind of stuff I did. If you called me and said you had a problem,
Yeah.
I came. What's the problem? Let's fix it. If I had to go get a city councilman to hand, this is what started the whole damn fight. They were
So,
building a house in Rice Creek.
Yeah.
They put a construction dumpster in front of this woman's driveway with a disabled. Couldn't get him to move it, so I went to Councilman Holbrook and I said, can you get this damn thing moved?
Yeah.
Well, he got it moved before I got back over there. Well, I said thank you on our website, and that because Mr. Williams was backing his two candidates out here, all of a sudden I was character assassinated, which I don't care.
Yeah.
You could say anything you want about me. I made this in the Post. If everybody in this town hated my guts, I'm still going to go where I want to go, do what I want to do, and say what I want to say. Do you understand? And that's the kind of guy I am. You got a problem with it, then face me. I got a lot of people fighting me through, excuse the language, or chicken shit ways. They just don't want to come out and fight
Yeah.
head on. But that picture was posted in direct retaliation for the photographs that were published of Miss Barbara Powers. I thought it was very sick to have a woman, an African-American woman sitting in a queen's throne with an afro photoshopped on her holding 2 fried chicken legs with Uncle Tom across the bottom. Okay, I thought the NAACP should have got involved in this, but getting Al Scott to do something's another whole different story. But
Yeah.
it just torqued me off. So I resigned, I posted that picture as my retaliation, and I walked away from it. But these fools, see, they're foolish. You should let a sleeping dog lie. But they couldn't. I got off the computer, my wife and I started doing things, but here they had to come again.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm not going to back down.
So if we went back to the origin of all of this,
Fred Williams,
and why do you say Fred Williams?
because he's the one that, just like this morning, in contact with Mr. Hawks. Mr. Hawks was stupid enough on Facebook to say he just talked to him about his letter he sent to the editor today. Fred Williams spent all the money to promote her, okay? He spent all the money he wanted to take, because he doesn't like certain ordinances like the road ordinance, because his roads are collapsing out here, which they are. The city passed an ordinance that you got to put if you're a developer, you got to put $1 million cash bond in the bank for 10 years to guarantee your roads. Well, he wanted to build new houses, but he didn't want to put up the bond. So he figured if he could get the city government changed, then he could get things changed. And this is what it all, which I don't care. I really, if the road caves in, the road caves in. Okay, what Williams wants to do, I could care less. But they drug me into this.
Okay, now, if we focus on
Okay.
the photos and the retaliation for the photos,
Yeah.
who posted the first photo? Who posted the first derogatory or
Jody
inflammatory?
Hawks.
And what was Jody trying to accomplish by posting
Jody
the
Hawks
photo?
is what they're calling me, the attack man for Debbie Johnson, Paul Fox, Thomas Barbie, and Fred Williams. He sends emails daily to every council member, disgusting emails. I've seen some. I mean, I'm not even going to get into all his shenanigans. Now, I also said at the trial just this last April, where Barbara Powers took Mr. Hawks to court over these pictures he was posting and things, and it was ruled by the judge right here in Chatham County. You can post those pictures. You can post anything you want about a public elected official as long as you do not threaten them.
Right.
And there is a picture of Debbie Johnson hugging Jody Hawks coming out of the courtroom in the Savannah Morning News because he won the case. Okay, so
All right, and,
judge's rule. There's nothing illegal about that
right,
picture.
and then wasn't there something said or posted or written that it was a win-win situation? If the judge said that it was okay to do that, that was going to open up the floodgates for...
Yeah. I was trying to follow.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was some conversation, okay, fine. You went and proved this point. We hadn't done anything because we thought this was tasteless and illegal. But now you've proved it's legal. Hell with you. Gloves off.
So,
Now, if somebody wants to try and charge me for posting that picture, hey, I ain't going nowhere, and I ain't worried about it. Okay?
No, it's not so much the charging, we've been tasked with trying to get to the bottom of this.
Could you explain, are you trying to get to the bottom of the whole, are you doing the whole investigation, or are you just doing I don't.
Well, we're focusing primarily on the photo, but we all know, everybody knows that there's so many side roads, side issues that are all just gonna, like tentacles. You're gonna look at something and then it's gonna go a different way because of this. It's like I ask you how this started or who started it, and you're pointing me to Fred Williams because Fred Williams is trying to manipulate the council.
But did you read the investigator's report that it starts out with Fred Williams and his involvement trying to control this whole election, basically started all of this everywhere.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Your situation with Miss Johnson, are you going out, are you dealing with Mr. Williams? Was that a retaliation to get Mr. Williams, or was that something to deal with the issues that you're having with Miss Johnson?
That was to deal with the issues I was having with Miss Johnson and her attack man, Jody Hawks, posting those pictures. Okay. I thought, if we're going to get down in the gutter, by God, let's get, people that live in glass houses shouldn't throw rocks, man. And if you notice, I sent my responses. Have you read my response to this complaint?
Which,
To all of the city council, and as not being a member of city council, I'm responding on my part. Here's my statement. You don't want to be photographed like that in public. Put on all your clothes before you leave home and learn how to sit like a lady. That's my response to it. As far as charges of, she makes a charge, there's 2 police that I'm filing. I stalked her, harassed her, and threatened her life. But on 3 separate interviews on August the 2nd, on 3 separate television stations, she says she's never met me, doesn't know me, but yet we were in this battle last year about this thing. Well, if you've never met me and you don't know me, how the hell do you know I was stalking you? You understand what I'm saying?
yeah.
In other words, now you want to file complaints against me, fine. If you can't prove them, then I've got it typed up. I'm coming back at you with 2 counts of false report of a crime.
So how did you get from Fred Williams
To
to Miss Johnson? Yes.
Okay, because this and what she did at my wife's employment.
Okay, so this was the initial start of it.
This right here. You
So
trace everything.
This is the.
That's the first bullet that was fired in this whole damn thing.
Okay, this was the from 8/9/15.
Yes, that's where it goes back to.
Yeah, and that's the
That is the first.
text message that Debbie Johnson sent.
Followed with her visit to my wife's employment, questioning her supervisor about whether I was a racist, whether my wife was a racist, had she ever heard my son use the word nigger. I mean, I took this very, excuse me for, we got to speak like we got to speak, okay?
So that was the opening door between you and her.
Yes. And it was proven that she and Thomas Barbie sent this on Paul Fox's phone. The investigator proved that.
And who is Paul Fox?
He is the councilman for this area. I feel sorry for Paul because Paul's a good guy, but he's not real bright, and he's very easily. Okay, he wants to do good, but he has a tendency to get involved in the wrong. He gets involved in bad situations just because he doesn't know what he's getting into. I mean, I'm being honest. It's kind of hard for me to sit here and talk bad about it. It's kind of like talking about your slow brother, picking on him. I mean, that's basically what it is.
Let me ask you another question about the picture. You said it was taken during a public session, right?
Yeah, workshop.
Workshop. Was it taken by somebody on the board, or was it taken by a civilian?
No, they had nothing to do with the city government, the person that took this.
And they sent it to you?
Yeah, because we're, but no. As far as city council goes, you're not going to find a lot of communication between. I made a post this morning. What's ironic, I criticized the mayor and the other council members just as much as I criticized Johnson. I have made a post. For God's sakes, Mayor, could you at least make one damn decision, be right, wrong, or anything? Could you just make a decision? You know? And I know him personally.
Yeah.
And he's a nice guy, but I think he's dumb as a sack of rock. Okay? And I'll tell you that. Bill Herron, he's spineless. Judd Bowers, he just wants to sit in the background and do nothing. Barbara Powers, she's just waiting on her turn to be up, and she's doing this, okay? And then you got the other three stirring up stuff. So that's basically how it is.
So do you have any friends or allies on the council?
As far as what?
People you socialize with, you speak with
I
constantly?
speak with all of them.
Was there anybody that's in your corner?
Is there anybody that's in my corner? Yeah, I'd say probably the mayor, Judd Bowers, Bill Herron, Barbara Powers. Because we can talk civil, and I mean, I have not had any issues with City Hall. I haven't had any issues except with two council people. Okay, that's as far as what they're doing down there. I've got go do what you want to do. I know Major Sherriff. I know Chief Libby. I mean, it's a small town. There's only 7,000 people here. You know, you run into people at the grocery store, 7-Eleven and stuff. I talk to them. I know the former councilman, Tim Holbrook. He and I are friends. I have, you know, hell, I know just about everybody that's in it. So, would anybody, when you say, could I persuade them to do anything for me politically as far as it? No. Okay. I will say this, I do not think any of them are corrupt that I've mentioned. If I went and say, hey, could you do me a favor, especially vote for this?
Oh, no, I'm not saying like
No.
that. I mean, any, like, social gatherings, y'all get together.
Do we
for
get,
social
no,
stuff?
we do, no. Our conversations, I do go into City Hall a lot, to pay my bills or get stuff, and I will talk to them there. Every conversations we've had been in public places, restaurants, grocery store. Yeah, do we socialize at each other's house and stuff?
Yes, sir.
No. No, I'm not on that level of friendship, but, and I damn sure ain't on that level with these three, so.
So how long did you have the picture before you posted it?
Since I got it.
Which would have been how long?
When
A
did
week,
they-
a month?
I had it longer than that. I can't. I've tried to think, because I knew somebody was going to ask these questions somewhere. I tried to come up with it. I can't remember that. I still have it
You still have it on your computer or just
on my phone.
on your phone?
Yeah,
Which one do you have? How many pictures did they send you?
one.
Just one?
Yeah.
Okay.
There was only one. I assume it.
Which one do you have?
I'll show it to you if you really want to see it.
Yeah, it would probably be good just to confirm it's the same that we're looking at.
Let's see. Give me a minute. Here it is. Now that's one of them they posted right here. Well, Barbara Powers.
Okay.
Just mere hang on, let me go back and get the other one. I was trying to. This one. That's the one I got. Is that the one you got? Who is that woman sitting right there?
Yeah,
Ain't no black haired woman. And ain't no African American. Is it?
oh, she looks.
Is she African American?
Oh, I really can't tell the pictures.
Is she African American to you?
No,
Is she black haired? Jet black haired to you?
no, she's got brown hair.
Okay. Does that look like somebody stuck that camera up under her skirt?
No.
Okay.
But
I didn't even know there was an upskirting law to all this stuff started. Let's see. That's the only one I have.
And they sent it to you on your phone, or they sent it to
Phone.
you by email?
They sent it to phone.
Okay.
I have not, I'm very ignorant technically. I don't know how to transfer something from my phone to my computer. So if I'm on the computer and somebody sends me something on the phone, I have to go to that on the phone to put it.
Gotcha.
Fortunately, I have a 16-year-old son. When he's home, they can explain it all to me. Yes, sir, I'm ignoring you. What else would,
Oh, no, it's not that. It's not that at all. So the time that this was all done, you're obviously not seated on the council.
no. I have no involvement.
You have no political agenda?
Nope. I have not, I'm nothing. I'm just an average citizen.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not average around here anymore, but
All right. What is your understanding of the upskirting law?
There isn't one. Appeals court ruled just last month, I saw in the paper that,
Yeah.
as the law is written, there isn't one in Georgia.
As it applies to public
Yeah.
places?
No, it said anything. The guy that was convicted, and according to the article I read, he worked at Publix grocery store. And he had the camera on the floor and was taking pictures of women's dresses. And he was convicted, felony, convicted in lower court. Well, it went to the Georgia Courts of Appeals, and in a 6-3 ruling, they ruled that the way the law is written here in Georgia, there's nothing illegal about what he did. That if they want to make it illegal, that the next legislative session's got to pass a law. Am I correct in what they said in the paper? I didn't even know there was anything. To me, that's not upskirting. That's taking a picture of somebody sitting out there being nasty. It's no different than a judge getting up from behind the bench, walking around opening his robe and being naked. If I took a picture of that, it's legal. He's a public figure in a public place. So,
Yeah. Obviously, it's all subjective. I
Yeah.
mean, the photo is obviously not flattering.
nope.
I believe if anybody, be it male or female, would have known that they were creating an environment like that, they would have corrected it, obviously.
Could I ask you this? If you were a female, now,
I understand where...
and you had no underwear on,
Yeah.
would you sit with a dress with your legs pulled up? I mean, really?
Right. But
Really?
now-
I mean, really, I could constitute that as a deliberate attempt at public indecency. Well, I know she's trying to satisfy some perversion
Right.
she has
Is
sitting there
it-
like that.
Right. Is it your opinion that the picture depicts a person who's not wearing any underwear?
Is it my opinion? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's fact.
How do you know it to be fact?
Look at it. You didn't look at it?
I did.
Okay.
So you're basing it
On the picture.
on the picture?
Well, if they had on underwear, it was rolled up or hidden.
Yeah.
Okay? I mean, and it's...
Is it possible then that the person may have had underwear, but because of the size of the thighs and everything, it's just not visible?
Sure, anything's possible.
Okay, so then it can't be factual.
The picture is the picture.
Right,
I made no statements about underwear to the picture. That was made by
Right, but-
somebody
but-
else who posted.
I know, sir, but you're telling me that she didn't have underwear on.
In the post? No, I didn't.
Okay, but you're telling me here that she didn't have
I don't
underwear.
think she has underwear on, no.
Okay, well, you don't think she has
No.
underwear, but it's not factual. We don't
If-
know one way or the other.
No,
Not
but-
based on the picture.
But if you took the picture, versus, the picture would carry more weight than somebody saying, yes, they did have underwear on, because you look at the picture. Either way you look at the picture, it's just nasty.
It is. Right.
It's nasty.
It's...
And there was no
yeah.
excuse for a grown woman, regardless, to be sitting up there. Who sits in a public meeting when you're an elected official like that?
Let me ask you a question. Do you think it would have been more appropriate for the person who took the photo to actually take the photo, or to bring it to Mrs. Johnson's attention that maybe she should change her positioning?
Which do I think would be more appropriate?
Yes, sir.
I would have gone with B.
Yes, sir. I believe you're correct. I believe that a gentleman or a lady would have probably
But that
been a
wasn't,
better person.
but that wasn't under my control. I didn't take the photograph.
I know, I'm not saying that. But
I'm
what
not-
does it say about the character of the person that took the picture?
What does it say about their character?
Yes.
It doesn't make me think bad of them.
How could it not? If your 16-year-old son would have done that, how would you think of him? Would you correct his behavior, or would you say attaboy?
If my 16-year-old son had done that,
Yes, sir.
he'd probably be traumatized, but
Yes.
I would have corrected him, and then I would have pressed charges.
Against him?
Her
For what?
indecent, public indecency.
Okay, but what makes that public indecency? And again, you and I are having a conversation.
Is she in public? Yes. Is it indecent? Yes.
What makes it indecent?
The fact that you can see what you do see regardless. I mean, the picture is the picture.
Okay, but what is it that you see?
I see her thighs and her vagina. I don't know what you see.
Okay, so it's open to interpretation is what you're saying.
Not to me, no.
Not to you,
No.
but it is open to interpretation.
Do I agree? You think it can be open to interpretation? Yes. Do I think it's open to no?
Okay, you said...
We're disagreeing on that. That's what I'm saying.
But you just said, this is what I see, I don't know what you
I
see.
see.
Right.
What
and you
I
said,
see.
I don't know what you see.
Yes.
Which means you believe it's open to interpretation.
Well, anything is.
Some things yes, some things no.
I mean, generally, anything.
Yes, sir.
Everybody has a different opinion of everything.
Yes, sir.
If you came to me and you said, well, I think she's got underwear on, would I stand here and argue with you about it? No, because it's
Right.
not that important to me.
I understand. I understand. I guess my point being is I'm disappointed in the person that took the photo. I'm disappointed that that person wasn't a bigger person to correct or suggest that the action be corrected.
I can understand that.
That person felt that maybe that they would take advantage of this moment. And that's what they did. They took advantage of the moment.
But who presented the moment? You know?
I
Who
know,
presented the moment?
but the moment was presented unknowingly.
No, if
Do you believe she did that intentionally to create the moment?
I could argue that point.
What purpose would it serve for her to do
I
that?
can sit here and say she has some perverted sexual fantasy and that satisfied it. I don't know. Exposing yourself to public. There's men that do that. There's women that do that. I mean, I could get into all that with you too. Do I think, really? I just think that's how she is.
You think she's perverted like that?
No, she's just a big woman that has a hard time getting comfortable in a small seat. I mean, do you understand? I mean, it's...
Well, obviously, but I believe that.
As far as the character of the person that took it, that was an adult. It's not my job to correct them or
No,
tell them
sir,
what to do.
it's not. It's
Okay.
not. It's just the point being is...
It's not my... It's...
Right.
If I'd have been there, would I have taken the picture?
Yes.
No, I think it would have done more damage to say, excuse me, could you please close your legs? We're all tired of looking at this.
Yes, it would have been
That's
very...
what I would have done.
Yes, sir.
I thought that would have had more of an impact than the picture.
Yes, sir, it would have been very embarrassing for her to have that said
Yeah.
openly as compared
And
to
that would have been my course.
passing a message up in private to the lady saying, ma'am, you may just want to know that it all depends on what your intentions are.
Well, you have to also understand, I'm making statements about my friends and everything else. People around here get fired up about things, but as a general rule, they're a coward to do anything about it. So therefore, that's what comes to me.
Yeah.
So do you think the person that took that picture was a coward for the way they handled it?
Yeah.
Then why would you post it?
I told you why. I kept it for a while.
No, I'm saying
I posted it every time.
If you think something, that's just like anything else. If you think something is wrong and you don't,
Did
you
I
don't
think?
go along
Wait,
with
no,
it.
but stop. I did
Hold
not
on,
think it was
let me
wrong. You
finish.
took the picture.
I got you. I'm not debating the issue. What I'm saying is, if you know something is wrong, and you know they shouldn't do something, or say for instance your son does something you know it's wrong, you know he shouldn't do it. Are you going to continue to support him even though he's doing it wrong, or are you going to stop him in the middle of it and tell him, listen, this is not what you do.
Okay.
This is not how you handle
Now
it.
listen to me. Do I think him taking the picture was wrong? No. Do I think him not being man enough to post it himself was wrong? Yes. Okay. Why did I post it? I held on and I used it as retaliation. I don't think it was wrong for the man to take the picture. I like I told you, my course of action would have been to embarrass her on the spot. Okay? But the woman presented herself, the man took a picture.
I don't think he took it in malice.
He didn't. Actually, you know, he said, we should file charges. And I was like, well, I wasn't there. So, I mean, what's this we shit? So,
I got one person took the photo, and this was in a public forum.
yes,
Generally speaking, how many people are in that public forum?
it can vary.
Give me a low number
5.
and a high number.
I've seen 30, I guess I've heard of being. It depends on what they're talking, how much money they're talking about spending and what they're talking about doing. I mean, you talk about the sports complex, you get 30 people.
Yes, sir. So the fact is that...
Could have been 5 to 30.
Okay. So it'd be safe to say that as many as 5 people could have seen the same thing? And as many as 30 people could have
right.
seen? But yet, he was the only one of the 5 that took, or one of the 30
How do you know
that
that?
took? We haven't seen any other
Okay,
postings.
but how do you know there's not one?
Nobody else has come out.
How do you know there's not another one?
Do you know there's another one?
I don't know, and you don't know. Neither one of us know. For all we know, there could be 30, and they just haven't shown them. They kept them for themselves. I don't know. Now, so
Yeah.
you're actually asking me to speculate what people did that I
Right.
don't even know who were there.
Now, let's just say, for example, if we go with what 30 people did take pictures,
Yes.
okay? Then why only one's being posted and not 30?
I don't know.
What does it say about the other 29 people?
Oh, I could say they're scared. They could say they just took it for the hell of it. They could say a lot of things about them. I don't know.
No.
You're asking me to once again analyze people I don't even know.
Right. You said that this person was an adult that took the photo, right?
Yes.
What qualifies him as an adult? Just his age?
No, he's an adult.
Just his age?
No, I would qualify him as adult as he's
Mm-hmm.
responsible to his family, he's responsible to his work, he does what the things he's supposed to do.
So, taking the picture and then forwarding it to you, knowing what was going to be done with it, was an adult thing to do?
In his mind, I'm sure it was.
But is it an adult thing to do?
Is it an adult thing to do?
Yeah, is this what grown people, is this what reasonable people, is this what...
Is this what reasonable people in this situation do? Yeah.
Why would-
Why did they post the pictures they did? Why did the woman come and put herself in that position?
Now let's go there for a second.
Yeah. Why did they photoshopped the picture?
I
And
understand.
this
Okay.
was a real picture.
Let's go there for a second.
Yeah.
Do you believe what they did was reasonable, acting as an adult, or do you believe what they did was childish?
No, I believe what they did was dirty politics.
Okay, well, let's set dirty politics aside and let's characterize the person that did it. Let's not characterize what they're
The
involved in.
person that posted those pictures, you want me to characterize?
Yeah, do you believe they were acting
No,
as an
he's-
adult or acting?
He's batshit crazy.
Okay.
He shot himself in Air Force boot camp to get out of the military. He's been 100% psychological
Okay.
disability, and he's been on it his whole damn life. He sits at a computer from 5 o'clock in the morning to 10 o'clock
Okay,
at
so-
night,
so-
spewing shit out.
All right, so the person besides being batshit crazy,
Yeah.
do you believe that when he posted that, the Photoshop...
He did it with malice.
Okay, and do you believe he was acting as an adult, or do you believe he was doing it childishly?
I believe he was doing it as an adult with malice and bad intention. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
I do. So,
Did you? It's,
okay, I understand what you're saying.
it's like if I punch you in the nose, that's
Mhm.
childish for one man to punch another man. But
Okay.
you know,
So going back to that Photoshop
Mm-hmm.
picture,
3 of them.
3 of them, the person who did that,
Yes.
you say, in your opinion, was acting as an adult with malicious intent.
Yes.
And that was for a Photoshop picture,
Yes.
and the malicious intent was what?
The malicious intent was to make fun of another person.
So, please explain to me what is the difference in what that person did and what you did?
Nothing.
Are you batshit crazy?
Some people would tell you that. There is no difference. Once again, it goes back.
Are you proud of what you did?
Am I proud of it? No. Am I ashamed of it? No.
Would you do it again?
Would I do it again?
Yes, sir.
There's no reason to do it again. It's already been done. I mean, if I did it again, it would
I know,
just,
but
that would just be to
Well,
aggravate a situation
I know,
more.
but when people ask, would you do it again, it generally means that it has been done, there has been some time, there has been time to reflect and think about what the actions
Do I
have done.
regret doing it? No.
So you would do it again?
I would do exactly what I did. Post that picture with exactly the resignation I posted. I would do it all over again.
Yeah.
Okay? That was my final shot. I was finished. I've had enough of this crap.
Yeah, I understand that.
All right?
I understand that.
Now, as far as psychoanalyzing other people, I don't know. Why did the woman go there and sit there like that? Why did he take the picture? What was this one thinking? I don't know. All I know is it was done.
Right.
And
There's
there's nothing.
When you look at today's politics, at the highest level right now, at the presidency, we have two candidates
That I think are batshit crazy.
that may be said to be acting like children as they attack each other.
Yes.
You agree with that?
No.
No?
But is it reality? Yes. Is it reality from running for president all the way down to running for councilman? Yes.
Yeah.
In the 63 years I've been alive, I've never heard a politician run saying what they were going to do. I've always heard politicians run telling what was wrong with the other person. Okay, that's just the way it is.
Ask you another question.
Sure.
If you were on the other side
Yes.
and someone had posted this about Miss Johnson and you and her were on equal sides,
Okay.
what would you think about the picture?
What would I think about it?
Yeah.
That we had to find something, I guess, to go back just like they did. This is their retaliation.
So you would think that the person was right or wrong? Would you think the person was wrong for posting that?
What I think the person was wrong.
Was wrong. The person that posted this.
Okay, now let's get the situation right. I'm on Johnson's side.
Okay, if you put it like this.
No.
If you were in the, if you were
In their camp.
Yes.
If I was in their camp,
Mhm.
and I knew their man had posted what he posted, and then somebody else beside on the other side posted this picture, that to me would be retaliation.
So would you think that it was wrong for them to post that
No,
picture?
because we posted these. Why is it all right for you to do it but not me?
At what point does somebody...
Does that make sense to you?
Mr. Steely,
Huh?
at what point does somebody stand up and say, this is wrong, this is not the correct behavior, this is not a good example to the members of the community? At what point does that happen?
It won't. It hasn't happened in my lifetime. Why would it happen today? Do I have the power to do that? No. If I could stand up and say right now, which I have said, let's cut the childish bullshit and deal with some serious problems we have here in this town. Hell, I got attacked for saying that. This is a no-win situation. I'm out of it now. Once again, I posted some things this morning because I wanted to get it off the wee Savannah stuff. And I saw his letter in the paper, and I'm not even going to respond to that. I had a long talk with Tom Barton. There's nothing, I made a statement yesterday that's very true about what's going on here. Arguing with these people is like wrestling a pig in the mud. At some point you realize pigs enjoy it, okay? So, my solution is, I just don't respond to the comments anymore. Okay, we're going out today. As a matter of fact, we're even going as far. We're moving out of here. We're looking to move to Southbridge. I need to be closer to my parents after what happened to them. That was my parents' home that had the home invasion where they held them at gunpoint and assaulted my mother and stole about $100,000 worth of stuff. Came in through the front door at 9 o'clock in the morning. My parents are 84 years old.
Yes, sir.
So, I need to be okay. And it will be a relief to be away from here. My son's taking a lot of crap. He's 16 years old. He goes to school, and he's taking a lot of crap over this. And He does what I tell you. Why are you talking? You got a problem, go talk to my father. He's the one doing it. You don't want to talk to him, then shut up. And this was basically the thing I said. If we have problems, let's talk. Come at me head on, and I'll come at you head on. Why are we doing all this skirting around, shit, and it just keeps... But I know who's stirring the pot. And I know who keeps stirring the pot.
Who is that?
And that's Fred Williams. It's plain and simple.
And his motivation is
He
to
thinks
manipulate the...
next election. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I know a lot of African Americans here in Rice Creek and in Newport. They're not too impressed with her either. Okay, there was a lot of false claims in that letter, being the first African American elected to the council. She wasn't the first. James Curry was the first. Robert Henderson followed her. Barbara Powers was elected the same day she was. She wasn't the first African American. We've been dealing with that for a while here. Okay, no problems. Then it just, I don't know. I don't know what the solution is here, but I'm getting out of it. That's where I am.
So what is your issue with Ms. Johnson?
Her personal attacks on me. I am not in the Klan. Well, number one, this is going to seem like a bad question. If you were an African American and you really thought I was in the Klan, would you mess with me?
Me personally?
I'm talking about her. If she's this woman that lives by herself that fears for her life, would you really mess with a Klan member? These attacks here, the attack at my wife up there to her boss, that's my only problems with Johnson.
Right. Well, Mr. Steely, that text message that she sent to you, what precipitated that? She didn't just...
Yes, everything was going smooth. I got kicked off the board by Fred Williams because I did not support Paul Fox and Thomas Barbie. No problem. Fine. That frees up my time. Out of nowhere, this text within 24 hours, and her supervisor being questioned at work, all of a sudden this is about race. And then we have Mr. Barbie riding around his community watch car. I have African American friends here that are able to take. He said, he's a racist. You shouldn't vote for Tim Holbrook because he's a racist too. I mean, it kept perpetuating itself. To me, when you play the race card, and I'm gonna be quite blunt, you're telling me I screwed up, but I want to blame everybody else for it. That's it's everybody else's fault that so it's a race card. I don't know. It all got racial because of them, and there is no racial thing in this. I mean,
was this a personal text sent to you or one sent on an open wire?
It was sent on open wire, sent to Tim Holbrook and some other people in the MS group, something, I don't know what it is.
On the county site? On the Port Wentworth site?
It's some group they have, private group.
Was it sent on the open wire? Did anybody could read it, or was it just sent between just them?
Let's see. No, it was sent to several people because I got it from several people. I don't know. This was copied off Mr. Holbrook's phone.
Right. It wasn't sent directly to you.
No, it was sent to Mr. Holbrook.
And then it was forwarded to you.
Yeah. You got that.
Kind of FYI, you may want to know about this.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden I get the call from my wife at work about what happened, and I'm sitting here reading, and I'm like, wait the hell a minute here. So I filed a complaint. Now what's going on here is probably retaliation for that complaint. By the way, that complaint, contrary to what they tell you, the attorneys representing GERMA, the state insurance agency, pretty much came to the conclusion that this group down here is so damn dysfunctional they just handle it themselves. I have had emails back and forth with Reed, how do you say, Galliot, the people involved with Georgia Power, that's his, Galliot or whatever. I filed an Annie Leadham letter. I have 2 years to file suit against the city for what I charged. It's still an open letter, and I said I would sit back. I wanted to take a few months to think about things. Maybe I'd drop it, maybe I'd pursue it. So that is an open case. I view this as retaliation.
So the person that sent you this letter that originally started the whole problem,
Yeah.
Who is it?
Tim Holbrook,
And he is,
former councilman. He owns a restaurant right up here. He's out at the food line.
so did you ever question why he sent it to you?
Yeah, because my name was in it. He gave a copy of it to the mayor, too. He was a councilman at the time this was sent. He's like, they're calling you this. You know, he doesn't care. He's married to a Filipino woman. He's like calling me. Okay, fine, whatever. My neighbor testified, I don't allow niggas in the house, and she said, well, I constantly see African Americans, and she's African American. Kids coming in here, they stay tonight, they play the video games, they eat all my food, don't leave me nothing. I am not a racial person, but if you come at me with racial terms, I'll fight you one-on-one on that level. My response to all of this, I did what I did. I don't regret it. There was nothing illegal about what I did. Will I do it again? No. Am I going to stay in this fight? I'm seriously making a decision right now. No. But if they want to pursue, you can't charge the government of Port Wentworth and then me. I'm not the government of Port Wentworth, okay?
So was Mr. Holbrook on the council?
He was councilman. That's who Mr. Barbie was running against.
Okay, so was he on the council when the picture was taken?
Was he on the council?
Yeah, was he still a
Yes.
councilman when the picture was taken?
Yes. Was he at that meeting? No. He was in the Philippines. He was in the Philippines the whole month of November. I think he came back the week of Christmas, and then he and his wife took the kids and flew to Las Vegas for Christmas. So, that's...
I'm sure you confronted Ms. Johnson about the letter, right? About the text?
You want to hear the funny thing about this? I've spoken to Miss Johnson twice. Once was up here when they were cooking hamburgers. I said, pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
And the second time was in another gathering, and I said, how are you doing? That is the only words Miss Johnson and I have ever said to each other. I don't have her telephone number. I do not have her text. I do not have her email. I have nothing. I've never communicated with this woman.
Yeah, but some of the accusations in there, some of the statements in there are pretty strong.
I know they are.
So why didn't you feel like, she's at the council meeting.
I did confront her. I confronted her with a complaint to the city government. Okay? Am I going to stand, what if I stand up into council meeting and say, what the hell is this?
Well, that would not be the appropriate time to do
Well,
that.
even if I brought
Right.
this up, the first thing the chicken chip mayor's going to do is hit the gavel and say, no, we're not going to discuss that here.
Something like, yeah, that's,
She's an elected official. You couldn't make an appointment to see her or have a situation set up where you, the mayor, you said you're friends with the mayor, all of you sit down and have a conversation about what went on?
I think he had a conversation with her about it. I'd asked her, and she stood by everything she was saying. And at that point, then I'm if you're that ridiculous, hell with it. Let's just go with a complaint. If you're going to sit there and openly lie, you know for a fact on this. How do you know that? You follow me around? Do you have a picture of me in a Klan robe? Do you have a picture of me next to a burning cross? Do you have any of this stuff?
So we can literally say that on both sides, everybody has said something about somebody
else.
That not necessarily true, that somebody's fabricated something.
Thank you. Everybody has.
So let me ask you something. Why is it that you're still arguing back and forth? If you say that you've made your point by posting your picture, they've made their point by saying slanderous things about you.
I haven't said anything else.
So is there still a debate between
Me and her?
Yeah, between you?
No, I don't know if you got it. Let me see. Hang on a minute. This might help you understand where I am. Hang on, let me find it. Working his phone.
But basically, posting of the picture was a retaliation.
Yes. Okay, here you go.
that was
This was
the coup de grace.
Yeah. This went with it.
Oh,
You see who all,
There's more.
that was sent to everybody in city government. Now read that. That is my final statement on the issue. And if I could figure out how to copy it and give it to you, I would. If you give me your email address, I can send it to your phone.
We can do that. We don't have any problem with that.
But that's my final statement on everything. You know, it's like I say, I resigned as and what I was resigning at, basically it was from the residents out here. I have never,
Is this Councilman Heron?
Heron,
Who's he?
Bill Heron,
He's still on the committee?
council, yeah.
I'm sorry, I keep
Yeah,
saying committee.
council, yeah. He got me in a riff with the Chamber of Commerce somehow. And I don't even know the chamber. I didn't even know the undertaker in town was in charge of it. I'm serious. Which would explain our lack of industry here, I guess.
He likes a dying community.
Yeah, he's making a good living off of it.
Okay.
All I did was I said, Bill, you know, I posted a nice move questioning the budget of the Chamber of Commerce. And boy, they come after me like a swarm of bees. And I'm like, if y'all that upset about this, something must be going on with the money we need to know about. And then come to find out, the Chamber of Commerce, the woman who actually runs it, the office is located in the same building as her husband's insurance company that the chamber rents it from him. I mean, he got it. So, but I got out of that one. I had enough. I don't want any more fights with nobody. What the Chamber of Commerce does is their business. I don't care. You gotta look at this from my worn down. I've gone through cancer surgery, radiation, aortic valve replacement, my heart with a mechanical valve, 2 strokes with surgeries on my neck, half my heart stopped working, I have a pacemaker defibrillator, and I have emphysema. And I'm sitting here messing with all this crap.
I'm going to ask you, why are you allowing these people to draw you in? Just be thankful you alive and keep moving.
I guess maybe after going through all that and everything settled down, I got bored. I owned a tractor trailer, drove for 25 years. I came in for a doctor's appointment at 9 o'clock on Tuesday morning. I got home Monday night. I went in at 9 o'clock. At 9:30, my career was over. They took my commercial license, and they took my medical card. Everything stopped right there. I went from going 700 miles a day, 7 days a week, just...
Yes, sir.
You know?
Mr. Steely, would you mind if I forwarded this to my email?
No, not at all.
All right, sir.
If you know how to do that.
Yes, sir.
You'd think for all these computer battles we're having, I would have learned something. But usually if I try and transfer something from one thing to the other, it just goes away. What is this cloud that I've never been able to get into that everything goes to? It's in the cloud.
The cloud is a very interesting thing.
I don't know how to get in it, and I got it. I pay for it. I don't know how to get to it. I got it right there. It comes up on my It comes up on my screen, the cloud. And I'm like, what's the password? I don't know. I get passwords. I've made my password the same on everything. I could probably be hacked and robbed so easy it would be, but I'm just tired of trying to remember. Did you get it?
I'm going to find out here in just a second. And there it is.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'll keep it in case something goes wrong.
Yes, sir. Yeah, if you feel like you need to correspond with either myself or Corporal Mackey, feel free to use my email.
Okay. Is it on there?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. It's on there now.
As I forwarded to?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I got that. All right.
Yes, sir.
Does that explain anything, my stance on all this?
It does. I think you've made it perfectly clear why you posted it. I think you've made it perfectly clear how you feel about posting it. You've been very upfront and forward. You've been very honest.
I haven't tried to sidestep anything here.
No, sir.
I wish everybody else would be, maybe we could settle a lot of this,
Yes, sir. What would we need to settle?
The feuds that go on for nothing. Okay? Let's all get out of the sandbox. You know, brush the sand off and go about adult business. I don't agree with you, you don't agree with me. Well, we don't have to talk to each other. But we don't have to call each other names just because we disagree.
And we don't have to post nasty
And we don't
pictures.
have to post anything. We just disagree. Go do what you know. I mean, you're allowed to do that in this country. All right? And I will be the first. There's a civil way to do it and there's an uncivil way to do it. But look at the mood of the country right now.
So was the picture posted on either side, was those civil or uncivil? The pictures that were posted on either side, you said one person was posted with
I think both, what do I think?
Yes.
I think that was uncivil behavior on both sides.
Yes, sir.
Does that, I'm being honest.
Yes, sir, that was, yes, that's fine. I just, we're asking.
Would I prefer that this not gone on? Yes. Would I prefer this not come out and started the whole damn thing? Yes, because I could have been devoting my time for the last almost, a year to doing something more productive. Enjoying my family, doing things.
And having less stress.
I think the whole thing,
The stress is,
you need to sit down with this Jody Hawks, because he's the one
Yes,
that
sir.
started all this.
Stress is a killer.
it's killing me. And that's why I backed out of it.
Yes,
But see, it's like I said, and they just wouldn't let a sleeping dog lie. Man, don't poke the damn dog when he's asleep. Just leave him alone.
I was listening to all the problems you said that you have and had gone through, and quite honestly, I think you've probably heard this before. You don't need any stress.
No,
in
I
your
don't.
life.
I'm on blood pressure medication. I'm on 14 different You want to hear this?
Nah, probably not.
No. And I can't go to sleep.
Yes,
Do
sir.
you know what gabapentin is?
Yes, sir.
I take 1,200 milligrams a day.
Mm-hmm.
I take 3 milligrams of Xanax. I take
Wow.
morphine.
Yeah.
And I still lay awake in bed at night with my head with this,
Yeah.
okay?
Yes, sir.
I have a pain, I got an appointment tomorrow. I got a pain management doctor that doesn't know what to do with me. He says, whatever I give you've got such a tolerance and stuff. My God, the only drugs left, what's that last, the most potent one?
Fentanyl.
Fentanyl, yeah.
Yeah.
And he said, I only reserve that for terminal
We're not going there,
cancer.
we don't have to, no.
And I'm like, I got, you give me morphine, I'll lay awake. Just look around.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would have preferred this didn't. If this had never happened, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you two gentlemen right now. Okay? But we can't turn back time.
No. But we can change our actions going in the future.
You want my solution to this whole thing?
Yes, sir.
And this would be a solution,
Yes, sir.
is get Jody Hawks off the internet with all these pictures and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Johnson drop her complaint, go about being a councilwoman, and quit criticizing people. I keep my mouth shut and stay out of it and let everything go along.
We will make note of that solution.
That's my solution.
Yes, sir.
We can't turn back time, so why don't we go back to ground zero and restart
Yes, sir.
with the assumption, I don't like you, you don't like me, so we won't talk to each other. We won't write nasty things about each other. We won't do any. Your front man over here posting all these pictures will keep his mouth shut and will not do it. Well, he's been kicked off about all the websites here.
Yeah.
We'll leave each other alone, and I'll go about my life. And see, I really don't care what happens here in Port Wentworth. Ain't nothing gonna happen. Nothing's happened in Port Wentworth in 23 years. We got Taco Bell. I mean, that's, I'm moving
Accepting applications online.
by, I would say, unless we have to build, we will be out of here by the end of the year, over into Southbridge. So, if I got to continue to fight from over there because they won't leave me alone, I will. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
I'll leave you alone. Let's quit.
I like that solution.
Let's try something different here. Let's be different from everything else that's going on in the country. I'll admit I did wrong things. You don't even got to admit to me you did wrong because I don't care.
Yes.
Okay?
Mhm.
just stop everything and let's stop. I'll withdraw the complaint from Atlanta. You withdraw your complaint. Let's just stop the foolishness. You take care of the city's business, which you were elected to do, and I'll take care of my family's business.
And
we'll
everybody
leave-
moves on.
And we leave each other alone.
Yes, sir. I agree, and you are a very big man to say that and to suggest that.
But I think it's the only solution, or it's just gonna get worse, and it's gonna get to the point where I'm scared of this psycho idiot's going to get so wound up he's going to shoot himself again or something. I mean, I'm serious. If you saw the stuff he it goes so far out into left field. We're like,
I know.
you know, what drugs did they give you? Maybe I need some of them. I don't. Let's set an example for. She talks about the children. Well, let's set an example for children about how adults are supposed to act.
I agree.
And it's like I say, I admit I did things wrong in this. Okay?
Yes, sir.
It's and I don't even want to hear her. She doesn't even have to talk to me.
Yes, sir.
Just stop. That's all she got to do. And I'll stop.
Yeah.
And we just stay away from each other.
Yeah.
Now, is that hard of a thing to do?
It shouldn't be.
She's not going to get any money out of this, but that's what she thinks.
Honestly, we don't know. You are actually the first person we spoke to.
Oh boy, I got to be first.
Yeah.
How many you got to talk to? I don't want to.
Everybody.
You got to talk to everybody on city council?
Yes, sir.
You want some of my Xanax?
But
A kind offer, but no, sir.
unfortunately, Jody Hawks is not on your list, who is the one that started this whole thing.
Yeah. Well,
And
I
that's-
believe Jody Hawks will be on our list.
That is my solution to it, and here's what I'm going to do. I am going to cease and desist everything. You're doing your investigation. I would like the courtesy when everything is concluded, which I don't get even from our local police, that somebody can call and say, we proposed this solution and it was acceptable, or she's going forward with the let me know something that's going on.
Yeah, Mr. Steely, please bear in mind though.
You can't tell.
No, sir, no, please bear in mind that we are only here
It's-
to establish facts.
Fact.
Okay, we cannot suggest recommendations, we cannot implement plans. All we're gonna do is just take notes, listen, and then we're gonna present what we've
Hello?
been able to determine.
Yeah.
So anything other than that will not come from this agency.
Okay.
From my
Do you have my phone number?
No, but that would be great if you want to provide that to us.
Yeah, I kept my Florida number.
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
904-742-7858. Do you want my email?
Sure, let me write that down.
My email is all of it small letters. Eric, E-R-I-C, Steely, with that @,
Yes, sir.
at live.com.
Live.com.
Yeah,
All right. And that's Steely.
right.
All right, sir.
Is there anything else I can give you to help you?
No, but we'd appreciate if you left the door open if we had any questions, if we could
No
contact you.
problem. No problem.
That'd be great. All right, and as soon as the corporal gets off the phone, if he doesn't have any questions, we're gonna leave you to your day.
Well, I gotta try and fix that doorknob without having to buy a whole, boy, look at the price of replacing the whole thing. I hope I can fix it. Hey, 6 o'clock this morning, my son, he walked dog before he went to school. He comes in, wakes me up and says, Dad, here's the doorknob. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
If you can call me, come by. Well, tomorrow we'll be at doctor's. She got neurosurgeon. She was,
Yes, sir. Well, now that we have your contact information,
Yeah,
we will call before we do.
and I will be open and provide you with anything you want. I have nothing to hide, and I think if everybody comes clean and all this, things might.
Yes, sir, I agree. Corporal, did you have anything else?
No, I don't.
All right, well,
I appreciate you being fair. I'm sorry I couldn't be more on the analytic side when you asked me to psychoanalyze people, but I got enough mental problems of my own without worrying about everybody else. It's okay.
we're fine.
Can I just add one thing when you were asking him about the person that took the picture and him? I think originally when he took the picture, in his mind he thought it was funny. I don't think he expected that it was gonna turn out like it did.
I'm sorry, I didn't ask him what was in his mind. I mean, I don't normally do that.
Look at this is funny.
Do you?
But obviously to her it was not, I get that.
No.
But I think to him at the time, he thought it was funny.
Right, but,
Because then when it was going around, everybody thought it was funny.
right.
But obviously to her it was not, which me as a woman, I can totally understand it. I would have been embarrassed by it also.
And you would have appreciated a tap on the shoulder
Sure,
saying,
but
ma'am.
she would not have taken it in good faith if it was told to her. She would have taken it in a different way.
Everything.
Then say I would.
It all depends on how it's presented.
I will say this.
Yes, ma'am.
I will tell you this, and I'm being very. Anything derogatory that is said to that woman, you are a racist as far as she's concerned, and you will find this out. When the manager of the store told her that it was a sale, you could only buy so much, she was a racist. Called her a racist in the store because she wouldn't let her buy more. So you're dealing with that mentality, and when you're dealing with, I just don't deal with that mentality.
Yes, sir.
I didn't own any slaves. I didn't bring you over here, and I'm not responsible for any of this. This is just how I look at it. You know, you've got the same opportunities to do what I got to do right now, and I'm struggling to make it. You're struggling to make it. So why are you bitching at me about it? I'm down here with you. I don't see
Yes,
no
sir.
silver spoon in my mouth.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. If anybody asks you if you ever have eye problems, can you see okay? Always tell them that you're colorblind,
Yep.
and then explain.
Yeah,
Okay?
I do. I have, like I said, I have no problems with anybody. I mean, I'm not healthy enough to go out when they play basketball and stuff. Hell, I can't even walk around the block. But I mean,
Yes, sir. All right, Mr. Steely, we
and I'll give
appreciate.
you one last thing,
Yes, sir.
just to show you my mental stability.
Yes, sir.
After 50 years, I quit smoking 7 weeks ago. So
Congratulations.
I'm kind of touchy. So it's.
Very good, sir.
I
Glad to hear
appreciate it.
that.
If
Yes,
you
sir.
need me
Pleasure
for
to meet you.
anything.
Thanks.
Okay.
All right. And you must be Mrs. Steely.
Terry.
I'm going to jail.
Ma'am?
Terry.
Terry, pleasure to meet you, ma'am.
You can't go out that door.
Yes.
That's the handle.
All right.
Everybody wants to buy a Harley.
Woo! It is a pretty one.
You want to buy it?
I probably couldn't even afford it. That's fairly new, isn't it?
It's 13.
Well,
only
it's
got
been
2,400
garaged.
miles on it.
A
Yeah.
Navy
Now see,
gentleman
I'm a
owned it and
president.
he had it
I got a
in
black
storage.
truck, a black car, and a black
Mhm.
car.
But he decided that he